Napoleon. No, not that Napoleon. Much better. Napoleon was born on August 15th, 1769, on an island in the Mediterranean called Corsica. The island, just a few months ago, was transferred to French control. Even at a young age, Napoleon showed much promise of being eternally short. His family came from minor nobility, but weren't very rich. Napoleon was indeed talented and won a scholarship to a famous military school. After school, he was commissioned as a lieutenant to the French army. In a matter of 6 years, he rose through the ranks. With the death of the captain, he went from lieutenant to captain. With the death of the brigadier general, he went to brigadier general. And with the death of the commander of Italian forces, well, you get it. He won a series of battles against the Papal States and Austria, seizing much of Italy for the glory of France. His overwhelming confidence and his way with words allowed him to win over the support of the people around him, no matter how powerful or influential. In 1797, he returned to France as a grand hero.
Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Sacré bleu. Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Le soleil bloc bleu. Sacré bleu, sacré bleu. Sacré bleu.
Upon his return, he was given an army in training to invade the island of Britain. But Napoleon knew that such a foolish endeavor would only cripple France's armies and resources. Instead, he took his armies to Egypt to cut off the lifeline to Britain's most valuable colony, India. This would cripple their ability to effectively wage war. Through this campaign, he gained the trust of his men and treated them well. He also proved to the world that his generalship and leadership was unmatched. In 1799, he took part in a coup d'etat that overthrew the Directory and set up a new government. He changed the legislature and built a republic based on ancient Rome. He appointed officials,
Sacré bleu, sacré bleu, sacré bleu.
he controlled the army, and he conducted foreign affairs. In 1802, he was made consul for life, and he was then crowned Emperor of France as Napoleon I. During this crucial time during Napoleon's regime, the country had little money and needed to sell off some of its colonial assets to fund more armies.
Sacré bleu. Sacré bleu.
He sold off France's colony of Louisiana to the newborn United States of America. As Napoleon's lands expanded, so did the ideals of the French Revolution. Britain was Napoleon's arch nemesis and the bane of his entire empire. Eventually, Napoleon decided to invade Russia with his grand army of 600,000 men. Only about 100,000 made it back alive, and the entire campaign was a failure. This marked the beginning of the end for Napoleon. By coalition forces, he was exiled to his home, the island of Corsica. He snuck back over, took the crown of France again, but was thoroughly defeated at Waterloo 4 months later. This time, Napoleon was exiled to the remote island of St. Helena off the coast of Africa. There's where he died, and thus marked the end of Napoleon.